Hello students. Today we are going to learn fourth chapter, that is environmental management. You have already learned what is ecosystem, what are the various components of ecosystem, how the interaction between these components takes place. We have already studied about the types of the consumers, what are the various types of consumers, and what are they classified on the basis of. All that we have learned, let us recall it. By recalling, be ready to understand the next point, that is environmental management. We have to study in detail about the environment, about their management. Now, let us start first, that is ecosystem, a review. We already have learned that ecosystem, that is, it contains of the abiotic and the biotic factors. Ecosystem consists of several abiotic and biotic factors collectively. Now, we have already learned about the food chain. You are given in the book a picture of food chain. Look at it and understand that what are the various components in the capacity of that we have to learn. Now, let us study how this occurs. The name itself indicates the biotic and abiotic. Biotic means living organisms or the living things, as well abiotic, that is the non-living one. So, biotic means the living organism, and various non-living non-living things, they collectively affect the living body or the living organism or living being. And so both are very important. First, study the producers. We know that the biotic factor, amongst the various biotic factors, producers are the main. Producers, consumers, and then decomposers, that we already know. Then how it occurs? We know that the plants are the producers, and on the plant, certain organisms, they survive or they find their food material. So first producers, then consumers, and thereafter the decomposers. There is also a chain of this. We have to learn. First, we know that plants are there, and certain organisms like deer, elephant, all these organisms, they feed on the producers or the plants. We people also. Then there are, these are called as the herbivores or the herbivorous organisms or animals. Then there are carnivorous. The carnivorous means the animals that feed on the herbivores. Then it occurs in a chain manner. As well, we have to learn that how it occurs. Biotic and abiotic factor collectively affect in that. Now, we have already learned, so I'm not going in detail about that ecosystem. Then what is the relationship between the various components? We suppose we consider an ecosystem, a lake as an ecosystem. Then what do you understand? That there is a tree in that lake and there are birds. Then where these birds belong to, which ecosystem, as a tree or as a pond, that we have already learned. Now let us study the next important thing, that is the concept of Jivasya Jivanam. Sometimes there is a question that comes in our mind, or it arises in our mind, that very small animals are there. We call it as a very filthy animals which are found in the cow dung or the dung. So very dirty animals are there. The caterpillars we call, very small are there. Are they important in ecosystem? The thing is that the answer is yes. Each and every organism, it may be is too small, if you consider as a bacteria also, all that organisms have the same important role in this ecosystem. So they are contributing our living by making the environment clean. So each and every organism, maybe plant, maybe animal, maybe any kind of microorganism, it has a great role in this ecosystem. Then we have to consider the concept of Jio Jivasya Jivanam, means live and let live. Understand that we people, means human beings, are intelligent animals. So we manage the environment as per our need, as per our requirement. But there are small organisms, and that organisms, they play important roles. Nowadays we are suffering from the corona virus. So we know that how a small virus has made our life so difficult. So each and every organism has role, and we should leave them. We live and let live. Jivo jivasya jivanam, means this earth, this universe is for living all the organism. There is a requirement of biodiversity, and so the role of each and every organism is important, and they are interdependent. If you uh, break the chain, if you kill particular organism, then it is going to affect badly. And we know that how the scarcity of various animals, and we are thinking that there are some organisms they have undergone the red lesion. So why it happens? If you go on hunting the particular organism or particular animal, as a tiger one, lions, there are very few tigers and lions in our country. So it is very important to make their change, to maintain biodiversity, as well as be helpful to their existence. Each and every organism has a role, and it is we must respect for. We must respect that role, and we must allow them to live here, and thereby making the place better one. So Jivu Jivasya Jivanam. It is very, very important to take care of this organism, to maintain their strength, their population. So we are intelligent, and with this intelligence, we must maintain, we must care, we must aware of the fact that all we are important, equally important, and we must respect one another's existence. Next important thing that we have to study is the classification of ecosystem. This chart is already given in your book. Let us discuss one by one. First, we know that ecosystem that is divided into two factors, abiotic factor and biotic factor. I have given these blanks here. You take it and try to fill it up. We shall discuss one by one. So biotic factor and abiotic factor and the biotic factors. Then the biotic factor again are classified into physical and the chemical one. You are given with the air, water, then the vapors in the air, minerals, soil, sunlight. These are the abiotic factors which comes under physical type. Then the chemical, we know that several types of fertilizers or manures that we use for the planting. Then next important, that is classified into organics and inorganic and the organic. Under the inorganic, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, iron, sodium, potassium. These are the various inorganic factors. Then under the organic one, there are proteins, fats, carbohydrates. Now, this is all about the abiotic factors. They are given in the form of points that we have to elaborate. separately. Next important, that is the biotic factors, the autotrophic and the heterotrophic. We have already known that this type of categorization or classification is on the basis of nutrition. So nutritional mode, that is whether it is autotrophic or the heterotrophic. Then there are again types of heterotrophic. We know that the parasites are there, then the saprophytic are there, symbiotic are there. We have already learned. Just I'm going to remind you. Then out of the autotrophic, it is the those are the producers. Producers means plants. Then here heterotrophic, that are the parasitic one as well as the saprophytic one. Then next, that is about the consumers. These are the producers. Now here consumers, and these consumers are divided into the primary consumer, secondary consumer, and the tertiary consumers. You know that the top consumers are said to be the vultures, which are said to be the cleaning agents of environment. So this is all about the classification. We must go through it in detail. Let us discuss one example of an ecosystem. We know that the paddy cultivation is done in the South India on a larger scale, and in that paddy cultivation, grasshopper green, they attack these paddy cultivation most of the times. There are some frogs also, and there are some snakes which feed on these frogs. So we have to consider in this ecosystem three important factors. One, that is grasshopper green. Secondly, frogs. The frogs, they feed on the grasshopper green, and the snakes, they feed on the frogs. So all these three components are there. Consider, suppose if the frog population suddenly declines, then what will happen? If the frogs, they are declined, their number is declined, means what will happen? First, let us study what will be effect on the paddy crops. Once again, I'll explain you with this. Suppose grasshopper green is there, then frogs are there, and snakes are there. Suppose this number of the frogs suddenly declines, then naturally you can see here the strength or the population of grasshopper green will increase, and here the snakes which are feed on these frogs, they will starve. So naturally the yield or the crop of paddy, that is affected much, and it reduces the total cultivation or total crop or yield of this paddy will decrease. Next, number of which consumers will decline. Which consumer will decline? Here now the snake ultimately, because grasshopper green will, population of grasshopper green will increase, and the snake will starve or they will decline. What will be the overall effect on the ecosystem? Here the grasshopper green will, their population will increase, naturally the cultivation will decrease, and the total disturbance in this food chain occurs. So it is very important to maintain that food chain. So this is one example. Now let us study the next point, that is the environment.